Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Football Manager 2017. As Air United, we only have 2 more matches left in the season. An away game against Hearts, which will be televised, and a home game against Aberdeen. Now, there's still a possibility of some movement over here. In particular, while going up is going to be quite hard, although if we happen to win 2 matches in a row, and Hearts doesn't win either one of its last 2, then we can end up with a 45 versus their 44 and end up in 6th. But more importantly, look, like, we haven't been winning a lot because we've been playing against the freaking Celtics and the Rangers, which, actually, didn't realize the Rangers have just been overtaken by Dundee over here. We are currently tied with Falkirk and effectively tied with Partick Thistle and the Hibs. We would really like to have at least 1 win here to try to solidify our position in 7th place. If we get 1, I'll feel relatively safe. Of course, it'll depend on what our opposition does here. Unfortunately, we're playing teams that are above us, so it'll be a little challenging, but we'll see what we can do. So Hearts, it's going to be away. Hopefully we'll do all right. Still being plagued with a couple of injuries over here. Ebu Adams got hurt in training, which is unfortunate. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with our starting situation. Actually, I will be starting Chris Maguire instead of Emmanuel Thomas over here. I think that's going to be all right. He hasn't actually been playing that strongly lately, but we've had some pretty tough stuff, and I think this includes a lot of things where he may have been a substitute, so I'm not quite as concerned. Tony Ralston is back in here because we're not playing against his home team. So let's go ahead and continue. Continuing with the signing of some of our youngsters and whatnot. Got a couple of good possibilities after some training. People turning 16. I just signed, who did I just sign? I just signed someone over here. Not someone with the greatest of all potentials. I don't know if it matters exactly. I don't know if it'll tell us over here who I signed. Oh, youngster Ness. That's right, Ness. I did sign up for something over here. Not necessarily because we're going to use him. I think he's a little bit out of position here, but I think because he'll have some decent value going forward. It's a little hard to say. Some of his stats over here are a little bit weak, but I mean, we're not paying him much, and it'll probably be fine. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anywho, let's go and submit our team for today's match. Teams are warming up. Grind. Come on, baby. Let's, I don't know, like, what we'd be looking for in terms of weather and things like that, and for, you know, advantages for us versus someone else. Draws on the cards. We are a dog for a win. We'll see how it goes. It would be really nice to get a win here. You know what? It's unfair to single out someone. I don't like to talk about that. 4-2 on our opposition side. Don't know really what to make about this one way or another. What kind of advice do you have? Tightly mark this fella over here. Yeah, he's not super speedy, so I guess that's that. What about Mr. Bennett over here? He is very quick, so indeed we do not want to tightly mark him. It's probably fine to just close him down. You know what? Aggressively. Oops. We're going to close all these guys down fairly aggressively here. Although, what's the... Can we get information about the goalkeeper? I think we missed it, and I don't know if there's a way to get that back. Well, it seems a little bit upsetting. But anyway, I think we continue to team talk. I'm gonna be assertive about this. I really need to get things going. I know it's an away game, and we're still in counter mentality, but yeah, I think counter is gonna be fine. I need you to go out there and pull off an upset. All right, listen. I know you've got more. We haven't been using this for a while. We're gonna break out the old classic. Passionate. I've got faith in you. Okay, people looking relatively happy. Overall morale's pretty good. Okay, let's get this going. Come on, baby. Come on. We can do it. We're playing away. We're still in the black and white stripes. We got a little bit of cluster with Maguire and Fraser there. That was a little bit odd, but okay. Andy Geegan back in the field. Gets it up to Craig McGuffey, who's got plenty of room. Going to cross it over to Nyane, who's going to be forced to dump it off again. Tries to beat the opponent, but doesn't quite pull it off. Robbie Crawford's going to advance a fair bit. And I'm going to say, get out to Kalen Crane. Maybe get a cross going on. It does get knocked out. Crane keeps it going. He could have left it go out for a corner as well, but this is actually not bad. Gary Fraser gets the McGuffey. Doesn't really have an angle. It looks like these guys are playing fairly defensively on the other side. Ralston is going to lose the ball over there. There's a fair amount of action on our part. Couldn't quite get in there. It feels like they're playing a little bit narrow. We actually might be able to get our fullbacks to come in and contribute a bit more. McGuire with a big free kick, and we aren't going to be able to actually keep possession there, which is a little disappointing. We don't have a whole lot of defenders here. Johnson's going to be able to potentially get something going. Goes well wide. Just going to be a goal kick, not a corner, I think. Thank goodness for that, because that had me very, very, very terrified. So about 15 minutes in, possession is about even. Our pass completion rate is very poor, though. Possession's not quite even. We're down 10%, but, you know, it's not... It's still early enough. Oh! Johnson with another move over here. Okay, who's this Johnson guy, and what can we do to break his legs? Yeah, we're tightly marking him. We're tackling him hard. I don't know, man. I don't know. Craig McGuffey with the offside. Giving up possession. Miller going to send it quite far forward. This Johnson guy is going to win that again. Oh, deflected off a body, although they're going to be able to keep going with the offense. Come on, we've got to get... We got to win one of these two matches. This one is going to be the harder of the two because it is away. But come on, we've got to be able to do it, right? No shots on yet. 20 minutes and not a shot. Nyane is able to deflect it to our midfield, which is great. Gary Fraser is going to boot it sideways over to Andy Gigan, who then can get it up to Maguire around the opposition, who sends a through ball over to Craig McGuffey. He's going to have a really hard time getting anything going. He loses the ball. Nyane's there to pick it up, then deflects off an opponent, which is going to result in a corner. And technically our first shot on goal, although that was really not much of a shot on goal. Maguire with the corner. Can we get something going? Nope, George is just going to be able to pick it up out of the air and reset the play for the Hearts. Although, Maguire with another free kick over here. Gets it to Nyane. Fortunately, that was sort of badly placed for him to be able to do anything about it. Calum Crane, though, with a real cross opportunity. That was actually a pretty decent save and interesting because it actually could have screwed up and gone in. But in any case, it leads us to another corner. The pressure is staying on. Our possession stats are not that great yet, but... And we still only have one shot on technically, but we're starting to develop a few more opportunities, so at least that's something. Tony Ralston's going to send it way deep over to the other flank, but nothing comes from that. That was exceptionally poor. Pass completion rate is still really bad. Well, I have a feeling we're going to be yelling at people at halftime for some particularly poor performance here. This is worse than what we were seeing against the Celtics and the Rangers. What's going on? Maybe I told them the wrong thing ahead of time. So we're definitely being forced back a lot here. Crandalls gets it over Miller, who's got a good angle for a shot. Sauvage scoops it up easily. Luckily, he was being pressured a little bit there. But yeah, they've got 4 shots on. I mean, you know what? 4 shots at the 25-minute mark isn't that dominant. Although 2 of them have been properly on target. They've got a corner over here. Maguire just knocks the ball away. Oh, they're not going to let it go to a corner. They're going to keep the play going. Interesting angle to try to see things from. Bennett's got a bit of an angle for a shot there. Centers it to Miller, who I think maybe that was a very quick turnaround, and the goalkeeper may have been screened slightly and not been able to see everything that's going on. So 28 minutes in, we are behind. I would love to go to more control mentality, but I think the possession's not high enough to do that. Like, we may have to turn on the aggression if we are behind like this. But I'm not sure that we are in a position to actually take advantage or try to turn things around, to be honest. I don't know why we have 2 people chasing one guy like that. It looks like our defense is just being very derptastic here. I'm very unimpressed with that. I mean, we have been focusing a little bit on training on teamwork and attacking as opposed to defense, and maybe that was, you know, maybe we should have done more about that. Maguire does get hold of the ball. He's going to try to go a bit wide here. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do with it. He does beat the tackle. Oh my God. Honestly, that was very close to going into the net. Incredible. And it's going to lead us to a corner here. He may have just, like, manufactured an incredible opportunity for us. The corner does just get knocked away. Nyane's going to be able to keep the action on, though. Be nice if he was a little closer to the front of the net because, you know, he's one of our strikers, but do what you can. Gets it over to Andy Gigan. Andy Gigan's got a lot of people to pass to, especially backwards. Does scooch up to Maguire with a quick one-time pass to Nyane, who does take the shot. It goes well wide, but I got to give them kudos for at least some amount of offensive play attempt over here to try to make something happen. We are going to go into the half 1 down, and I think we're going to have to be quite aggro with some of our yelling here. People have been playing very badly, actually. Alexis Sauvage with another patented grab from the air. Let's see what we can do. I think we're going to have to turn on the gas in the second half. We'll yell, and we'll encourage, because at the very least we need to come away with, you know, a draw would be nice. Get 1 more point on the board. 1 more point on the board means that if the Hibs win, we'll still be even with them. I think that's true. And would keep us still in 7th, at least for now. I mean, if the Hibs lose, then that's going to be okay, too. Maguire. Oh! Yeah, that looks like Maguire mostly just fell rather than being tripped. I'm kind of okay with the referee not making a call there. There's Johnson again. Really getting a lot of action. A lot. Oh! It was almost a repeat of the first time they scored on us over there. and barely save that. It is going to be a throw-in. Hearts are going to continue their offensive play. This is all being televised, too, so there's lots of pressure. No, we're not being unlucky. I'm going to be assertive here. It's like, come on. I need a much better showing from you guys in the second half. In particular, our strikers. I'm disappointed with the quality of finishing. Couldn't get any action. We may have to do some subs here to reorient things because they're really not getting it done right now. It could just be the defense is a little too much, but we'll see. All right, people are mostly fired up, so I guess that's going to be okay. We are going to switch to a control mentality for a little bit more aggression if we can, because we're going to have to do that. I mean, I don't know if conceptually it makes sense with what's going on. I mean, the possession actually is still about 50-50, and yeah, this is just going to be a little bit more, a little faster, a little bit more aggressive. It might start to mess with these guys' expectation of what's going on. And, you know, certainly the counter thing wasn't really working for us. So we'll see what this does. Free kick, and a trip, and a yellow on the other side. Who is Joom, and can we take advantage of this? Opposition. Joom. No, just straight up the middle, and we're already, like, focusing on the midfield, so that's going to be okay. Yeah, we'll go there. Tackling hard, and we don't have a yellow yet. Oh, guess we're going to see the animation for it. Okay, there we go. 50 minutes in. Contact. Ralston. Ralston's going to get a yellow. We may need to sub him out sooner than later, but I think we need to sub out like 6.3. You're just playing terribly today, buddy. Let's bring in Jamie Thomas. Thomas and McGuffey. Our old pair. Let's get this going on. See what we can do. Lammy's going to just clear the ball deeply. Ooh, the offense is going to keep up, though. Oh, my God. Patterson just beats the defense like that. They must have the run at defense. Tom Flanagan knocks the ball clear out of the danger zone. It is going to lead to a throw-in, but at least we'll be able to do our substitution here at the same time. We'll leave Tony Ralston on for at least a little bit longer here, although he's not performing that well, and he's got the yellow. We don't have that many subs available to replace him. I think Flanagan can play on that side, and I don't remember if we've got Nicky Devlin in our substitute, so we've got a couple of options. Oh! That looked very dangerous for a second there. That's exactly the sort of sudden change in direction that can really befuddle goalkeepers. So lots of fouls have been called, and yellows as well. The referees might be a little bit more aggressive than planned here. So yeah, the question is, will we be subbing you out? At the very least, what I'm going to do right now is request, listen, Tony, you need to ease off tackles for a little bit. Because I don't want you to get another card. That would be devastatingly bad. Possession's 50-50, but I feel like they're getting a lot more quality possession at the start of the second half. McGuffey's not going to be able to win that, unfortunately. Can he tackle it from McGee? Oh my God, McGee just completely fumbles it. McGuffey with a shot, which honestly, I think if the goalkeeper hadn't intercepted it there, I think that would have gone in, which is a nice threatening move, and this does lead to a corner as well. Maguire taking it once more. It was an attempt at the close post here, but they were definitely ready for that. Can we take it away from Bennett here? No, he just sends it wide and ahead of Patterson. Really moving things up quite a bit with some high tempo passing there. Looks like, oh, Bennett gets his head on, but that's not much of a threat. Savage is ready for it. He's okay. Is everyone just grabbing their heads in the stands over there? There you go. Another substitution on the other side. Let's take a look at the opposition status and see what we've got. No, we're going to be good. That's actually the first substitution. Let's... Come on. I'm going to try to encourage people. Get the morale up a little bit. Encourage them with my passion. Only 6 shots. Only 2 on target. Can we get this to work out? We're going to be doing another sub probably soon. Lamy with a good interception there, but unfortunately cannot prevent the aggression to continue. Bennett's got a very clear angle here. Okay, now that's going to be very hard to recover from. I mean, we'll go and throw people in, like, on attacking. We'll make I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter what happens. So we're going to go high tempo, more direct passing. Maybe even we could throw in a get stuck in. We'll see. I'll let that kick in. We'll do a substitution after this as well. Ralston clears it. Yeah, I mean, if we're going to turn this around, we do have to play quite quickly now. Because we're going to have to score twice to draw. And Ralston continues to play fairly poorly. So I'll move Flanagan to there. And then bring in Magat and do that. And And I might want to do my other sub, in which case, like, sort of forward stuff would be better to increase our scoring chance. Okay, Craig, we're going to bring you off. We're going to bring in our other striker over here, who's not feeling very good, unfortunately. Very poor morale. But, listen. I know I gave the talk to the person I was pulling off, but we're going to see what we can do. We got a fair amount of fresh legs up front. Can we do something? I mean, our people are going to be fairly befuddled by this instruction set. Get stuck in. Pump ball into the box. Okay. No, looks like nothing is actually going to come from this. So we go down 2-0. We still need a win. Now, the next one's going to be at home, which means we might have a slightly better chance of getting that to go. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed we couldn't get the draw, because this was particularly bad, especially given what happened with the Celtics. I mean, I know we lost the Celtics 1-0, but it felt pretty good. And then drawing the Rangers was a huge, huge win, effectively. I suspect we'll be dropping down to 8th or even 9th. I will be, you know, I'm not happy, but I'm going to say it calmly. I'm not going to be as harsh as I might be. Poor finishing costs. Dumbarton, loan offer from LeBaron. They're going to pay me only a fraction of his wages. Yeah, I mean, he auto-accepted. At least he gets some play, and we're still looking to hopefully sell him, because he's very expensive. I've got him, like, set to everything, right? Oh, no transfer status set? No, it should be transfer listed. That was weird. Well, let's see. Wow. Yeah, that was a damn shame. I'm not entirely pleased by that. We are going to be going to Control for our final home game to try to pull that off. I think everything else is going to stay where it is. How's our competition position? We're still in 6th. Now tied with Falkirk, but the goal diff is the same. The Hibs didn't... They lost. So the Hibs lost. I think Partick Thistle may have drawn. So, I mean, look how close everything is. And at this point, the goal diff actually makes a difference. If Partick Thistle... If we lose and Partick Thistle gets a draw, then we're still in 7th. If Falkirk draws, then we would fall down. So we want at least a draw to prevent, like, to save us against that. And of course, a win. If we win, we guarantee that we'd stay in 7th place overall. That's all we need. That's all we need, guys. We just got to win in our final game. So we've got to win 100% of our remaining games. We just got to win one game. We have been on a not great run, but it's been very hard. I'm expecting that's probably going to be impacting morale a little bit, which will be unfortunate. And we don't have the longest amount of time in between. We do have ourselves on low intensity, which is good. We're going to be focusing on attack because we really want to score here. Hopefully that's the right emphasis. And we have been practicing a lot of the defense stuff up until this point, so it's probably okay. You're wanted. You are transfer listed as well. Yeah, I mean, we do have to still trim down some of these things and hopefully make some money because our money situation is bad and we have a lot of players, including some good ones. There's no reason we can't be playing Sasha. We're not playing him as much, even though on report he's listed as higher than Daryl McGatt. That's because he's more comfortable in a complete defensive role as opposed to a regular defensive role, like the central defender over here. So, yeah, I don't know. Your mileage may vary. Maybe we should tune it, but that's going to be fine for now. But that's one of the reasons we can offload a few of those players. One more match left this season. Thank you very much for watching. It's a tight one. It turns out I was worried. I mean, in a sense, it would have been nice if our final match didn't matter, if we were locked in, but it's not. This next match really matters. A win guarantees us in 7th. Anything else, then we're going to be really looking at what the other teams are doing. So a win, we really want one. We'll see if we can do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.